Hey guys, just wanted to let you know that this is a short clip from a longer interview that you can check out on my other YouTube channel, Rare Liquid. If you were kind of asked in an interview setting, like why Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, you can either kind of just revert to your answer you said during recruiting if it's all just, the same, or if you want to add something to that. Basically, what we're trying to do is provide additional insight for anyone who might be interested in recruiting in any of these firms, like what kind of answer might be able to get you like a green check mark in an interview or something. So starting with Eunice.
Okay.
Why Goldman?
Funnily enough, they don't ask that in interviews for Goldman Sachs. Why Goldman Sachs? I feel like that kind of also speaks to their culture. But one thing that I liked, one of the reasons that I like Goldman Sachs is I wanted to get wide exposure to finance. And it's one of the groups where you have M&A in-house. So you get exposure to a lot of different product groups. I am in the tech team, but within the tech team, you don't necessarily align to a subvertical automatically. So you get exposure to a lot of subverticals. And so I thought of all the groups, it is one where I could learn a lot in the broad landscape and the entire, I guess, like lifetime of a company. If I had to describe GS culture, though, which is I think the question that you really want answered, is nice, a bit grindy, very FaceTime oriented. So that I think is a differentiator. So while I didn't work Saturdays, I was in the office most Sundays and definitely every day, Monday through Friday. And so pretty FaceTime oriented. Yeah, I guess that's how I would describe GS culture, at least in my office.
Yeah, and let me add that everyone's experience is very different within the group you're in and also which city you're in. So I think we covered this, but Eunice was in San Francisco, Ed and Alonzo were in New York, and very different teams, right? So everyone's experience is very different across different teams, and the culture and your experience is different.
Yep. For me, it was like actually the opposite. I knew I wanted to do a generalist in terms of industry. So that's why I recruited for product groups, and not all banks had product groups. So I knew the M&A team at JP Morgan is pretty good. And I really like the people. JP Morgan goes through a very intensive coffee chat process. That's something that varies bank to bank. JP Morgan is probably one of the most thorough in terms of how many chats they want to have with you before they invite you to interview with them. So I got a chance to meet a lot of people that I would actually work with once I got the offer. So I think that was a big differentiator when I was trying to choose where to go. Because then once I got there, I confirmed that these people were very nice to work with. It's a very fast-paced environment. People are working all day, but everyone was very open to feedback, but also to mentorship. And whenever I had a question, everyone was willing to answer, both analysts and associates, and also the seniors. So everyone was focused on helping the interns and making sure everyone has a good time during the internship. So I guess that was the main. And also I when choosing banks, I wanted to be at an institution that was global and that would be that's a big institution and that has a big footprint and a big balance sheet and well, JP Morgan clearly filled that requirement. So,
So that's the biggest bank in the world.
Yeah. So for me, I think the biggest catch was the generalist program. So Morgan Stanley has what's called a pool. And what it is when you're an intern, you come into a pool of fellow interns. And when you get staffed across different types of teams. You're not placed with one specific team. So you get to explore the ones that you like. You get to have touch points with different products and industries. And then by the end of it all, when you come back full time, you get to do the same thing and then pick a team that you figured you liked and you gravitate towards. So that was a big catch for me, coming from an industry agnostic background. I was in the finance world, but very industry agnostic in what I covered. So that was a big catch. And then Alonso mentioned something very important for me was also the global reach. And I remember I texted my dad when I had the options that I was evaluating. And then he just said, whatever you decide, because the options were clearly global enough. And he's by no means in the finance world, but he was able to recognize that, okay, so I think this is whatever you'll make of the choices you have will be a good choice. So that was good to see. And then, of course, throughout the recruiting process, I think I was fortunate enough that I didn't have a horrible coffee chat or horrible experience with any of the banks, quite honestly. So just connecting with the people that I spoke with was also an important thing. And I'm just fortunate that I didn't have anything on the negative side. So just the level of connection was very important, and it helped when I was making the decision. But I think for people who are really undecided, unsure, or just drawn to the pool, that's a very a good way to explore your career in banking.
Now, before you leave, if you're interested in recruiting for investment banking, I highly recommend you guys check out Wall Street Prep. Wall Street Prep offers financial modeling courses so you can be ready not just for interviews, but your job on the desk as a banker. And what I really like is that they have you dig into financial statements and build models using real numbers, just like what I used to do at JP Morgan. And they offer a ton of great courses, but the two I particularly recommend are the accounting course and then the premium modeling package, which has been taken by over 100,000 students and goes over all the key valuation concepts I learned in banking, like DCFs, comps, accretion dilution, and LBOs. If any of this is of interest to you and you want to purchase a course from Wall Street Prep, be sure to use my code RareLiquid to get 20% off of any course. And with that said, thank you guys for tuning in to this clip. If you want to get the full interview, be sure to check out my main channel, Rare Liquid. And you can also listen to it on the go on podcasting platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. With that said, thank you guys for tuning in and hope to catch you guys in the next clip or video.